Breaking news! We have some exciting updates on our Atlanta Falcons today that you won't want to miss. So before we get into the action, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you're always up to date with the latest Falcons news. Now, let's talk about how Kirk Cousins has led a major turnaround for the Falcons and why we all hope he can keep that momentum going. Alright, let's set the stage. 9 games into Kirk Cousins' tenure with the Falcons, Atlanta is absolutely buzzing. With a 6-3 record, the Falcons are firmly in the lead in the NFC South, and this fan base has plenty of reason to be excited. Cousins signed a massive 4-year, $180 million deal, and so far, he's been making good on every penny. He's already racked up 2,328 yards, setting career highs, including an unforgettable 509-yard overtime performance against the Buccaneers. In just 9 games, he's thrown 17 touchdowns, compared to just 7 interceptions, which is far better than the inconsistency we saw last season with Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heinicke. Think about it, Cousins has already matched the number of touchdowns that Ridder and Heinicke combined for last season. And he's doing it with fewer turnovers, more consistency, and more confidence in the pocket. On average, Cousins is racking up nearly 259 yards per game, which is a huge improvement over the 220 yards per game we saw last year. Those numbers tell us that this offense, which was already loaded with talent, is finally firing on all cylinders with Cousins at the helm. And it's not just about the numbers. When Cousins signed, he reached out to a retired quarterback for advice on what to expect from Atlanta. This QB, who remains nameless, didn't sugarcoat the challenges. Atlanta was coming off 6 losing seasons, and let's not forget the shadow of that infamous Super Bowl collapse. But the former quarterback also shared a hopeful message: Atlanta can be a really special place to win. And 9 games later, it's clear Cousins has taken that to heart. Falcons fans are finally getting their groove on, and it feels like something special is brewing here. A big reason Cousins is thriving is because of the offensive weapons around him. We're talking Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. Atlanta has some serious players, and with Cousins' experience and poise, he's able to fully tap into that potential. Bijan Robinson, in particular, has been a game-changer. With 632 rushing yards, a solid 4.7 yards per carry average, and another 303 receiving yards, Robinson is proving to be everything the Falcons hoped for when they drafted him number 8 overall in 2023. Cousins loves having him on the roster, saying, "Bijan has a lot of catching ability, and I love when he comes into our passing game, too." That versatility is exactly what keeps defenses guessing and opens up even more passing lanes for Cousins. But let's get real. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Despite the offensive boost, the Falcons' pass rush is still a sore spot. Even though they managed to sack Dak Prescott 3 times in the 27-21 win over Dallas, Atlanta still ranks at the bottom of the league with only 9 sacks this season. This has been a persistent issue. The last time Atlanta had a player hit double-digit sacks was back in 2016 with Vic Beasley. Right now, Grady Jarrett leads the team with a modest 2.5 sacks, which speaks to how much more improvement is needed. Another area that's been hit or miss is the team's newest free agent addition, Darnell Mooney. After 2 challenging seasons with the Bears, Mooney is starting to find his groove here in Atlanta. He's already racked up 41 catches for 588 yards and a career-high 5 touchdowns. Mooney's connection with Cousins gives the Falcons a dynamic pair of receivers alongside Drake London, adding much-needed depth and versatility to the passing game. But on the flip side, we have to address the struggles of another major acquisition, Matthew Judon. The Falcons brought him in with high hopes that he'd bolster our struggling pass rush. Unfortunately, Judon has been underwhelming, with only 1.5 sacks and 3 quarterback hits to his name so far. Compared to the 15.5 sacks he had just 2 years ago with the Patriots, this season has been a letdown for him. Fans have taken notice, sparking some funny memes about his disappearing act on the field, but it's no laughing matter when it comes to our playoff hopes. Judon's contributions will be essential if this team wants to make a serious postseason run. As we look ahead, injuries could play a significant role in shaping the Falcons' season. Linebacker Troy Anderson has been out for 5 games with a knee issue, while center Drew Dalman hasn't played since Week 3 due to an ankle injury. However, the team is optimistic about their return soon. Grady Jarrett and Drake London also picked up minor injuries in the Dallas game and are considered day-to-day. Getting these key players back will be crucial as we push through the second half of the season. Third downs are another focus for Cousins as the team prepares for the stretch run. Right now, the Falcons are converting on third downs just 38.8% of the time. Cousins sees room for improvement here, stating, "There's plenty there to clean up." Improving third down efficiency could be the difference in those tight games as the season heats up. Looking at the remaining schedule, it doesn't seem overly daunting. Our final 8 opponents have a combined record of 31-39, which, on paper, puts the Falcons in a favorable position. But 5 of those games will be on the road, which always adds a layer of difficulty. One game that stands out is the December 29th matchup against the 7-2 Washington Commanders, led by former Falcons coach Dan Quinn. With Washington off to their best start in nearly 3 decades, that game could be a playoff preview and a big test for Cousins and company. So, Falcons fans, what do you think? Is this team ready to go far? Will Cousins keep up his strong play and lead us to the playoffs, or are there a lot of obstacles to overcome? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Even with a strong 6-3 record and control of the NFC South, there's one lingering frustration among fans: our 2024 draft class. Despite the team's success, the rookies haven't made the impact many of us expected this season. Let's take a look at what's going on. Okay, here's the situation. The Falcons are in prime playoff position and are gearing up for 2 winnable road games. But look at the rookies in 2024 and you might wonder, where are they? With key injuries on defense, many expected rookie Brandon Dorlus to step in and show what he's got. However, he's still waiting to make the active roster. And Dorlus isn't alone. Our top 4 picks this year have largely been sidelined or inactive. Michael Penix Jr. is backing up Kirk Cousins, and other rookies are either injured or simply haven't seen the field. Despite the Falcons' strong season, there's no denying the struggles of this year's draft class. Many are calling this one of the least productive draft classes in the league right now. But here's where things get interesting. While rookies aren't a factor, the free agent signings and trades have been phenomenal. Kirk Cousins, Zach Robinson, and other offseason acquisitions are playing a big part in our success, keeping the spotlight off what has been a disappointing rookie class. Now, here's a question many fans are asking. Did we get unlucky with this draft, or is there a bigger issue here? Most years, a team manages to find at least one impactful rookie, but that hasn't been the case for us so far. This could be a sign of a historically weak draft class or just a slower one to develop. One bright spot, however, is Michael Penix Jr. While he hasn't seen much action yet, there's hope that he could be a franchise QB in the making after Kirk Cousins. If Penix ends up being that future leader for us, a lot of the frustration of this season's draft class could disappear. But for now, fans are left wondering whether this year's picks were the right ones for a team that is so close to being a true contender in the NFC. Alright, Falcons family, we want to hear from you. Are you concerned about the lack of impact from our rookies? Do you think we should be patient, or is it time to rethink our draft strategy? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest news. Go Falcons!